Good evening, Teesside. It's another one, promoting local, back with you this week. And I've got to say, excitement doesn't even start to begin the feelings I'm having. Tonight we are joined by some very, very special guests. I was going to give my partner in crime the usual heroic introduction, talking about him being a titan of the guitar and a Goliath putting the G into a guitar string. But he's actually been otherwise disposed for about 30 seconds. So tonight I'm going to give you the name of our guest after this first song, but we're going to keep on with a bit of a Greek god theme, and as we go into a song called Hercules by Aaron Neville.
And fear is fear itself. Check out your own backyard before you check out someone else. Railroad track in my neighborhood. Ain't no trains around that bar, just ain't no good. I wanna know what's going down. On the corner looks like the sharpest cat in town. Jungle rule, can't be no fool. Might get caught by the hook of the crook, hard time for cool. Look out, Jake, what you say, what you carrying, brother. I hope you're clean, cause the man is mean, or don't come another further. We all know the answer will come out in time. I might even carry some of your load right along with mine. Thank you, man, Mr. Please, cause I must be Hercules. I must be Hercules. Like a bird on the wing, I just wanna be free enough to do my thing. I can feel the pressure from every side. If you're not gonna help, don't hurt, just pass me by. Lord, Hercules, I must be Hercules. Jungle rule, can't be no fool. The devil is on the loose, no cool. Got your feet in the sand. Got to be down with the cats around, and still got to face the man. Talk about me if you please, but I must be Hercules. Hercules, I must be Hercules. Ducking rocks, catching stone. Newton, how can I survive? What's going on? Big steal or borrow, somehow I've got to make it till tomorrow. Can't depend on no one else. Coming up the hard way, I've got to save myself. Must be Hercules. I must be Hercules. Talk about me if you please. I must be Hercules.
That was the magnificent Aaron Neville and Hercules, and true to time and form, It's the man who last week I mistakenly called the Norton Slasher. But anyway, this guy, I've already given him all of the plaudits, but my Teesside partner in crime, could you please introduce yourself since you left me all alone in the first part?
Full apologies, mate. I was... Me and another guest had something to sort out, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, I'm very happy to be here tonight. We've got some fantastic guests on, as I'm sure anybody who knows anything about the local music scene will agree.
I haven't said anything yet.
Haven't you?
Well, I may as well come out now. So, we are very, very pleased to have three titans of the local music scene here tonight. So, we have, first of all, from We Tibetans, with a guy who, for me, has written... one of the future greats. I mean, I absolutely love your new single that we're lucky enough to hear an acoustic version of. Mr. Luke Evans, how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? You okay?
I'm good. All the better for having you on. Next in line, we have a man, the bassist. He works with a band called Zella, which is a two-piece, but he's the bass behind the band. Also does a lot of good work in the community with the Ark. This is Mr. Simon Shaw. Simon, how are you, sir?
Hello, I'm very good, yeah, thank you.
That voice carries, doesn't it? Perfect for radio. And later on, we have another special guest who's not a musician, but we're going to keep him under wraps. Let's just say he's a bit of a local super promoter. You'll know who he is, and you'll know the kind of places he's run. But anyway, just very quickly, I'm just going to come back to you, Luke. First of all, I just wanted to say... the track you're going to play, and I'm not even going to give the name away because I want to surprise everybody with it. I genuinely think it stands up with anything I've heard in that category and beyond it. But you've had quite a long journey in terms of your musical career. Could you give us a bit of kind of background where it all started? I understand you're a bit of a youngster.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm 34 now, and I feel like I've been doing it since I've been 12 years old. So... I just remember one day playing football up the field, and my brother Mark just grabbed me and said, "You're my new drummer." And I was like, "What?" Took me back to mum and dad's garage. Didn't keep me hostage, just that's where we set up the gear. And he put me on the drums, and ever since then, it's just, that the first band we were called the Fratellis. So we were called the Fratellis, did a few gigs. It was two sets of brothers in the band, and then what happened was there was a Scottish band who got even more popular than us, and then I remember put us on the Empire one night supporting them because we had to change our name, but we had the fratellis.com and the fratellis.co.uk and my brother stupidly sold the websites to them for like 40 quid. And I remember I was like 16 and we weren't allowed to stay at the gig, we had to leave after, and I was thinking, Mark, you owe me a tenner at least.
Well, who knew Fratelli was such a common name? I'm going to bring Jake back in because you guys know each other from way back when.
Yeah, I think I first met Luke probably when I was about 16 myself. This would have been about the time when Storytellers was opening. I remember you and your brother and obviously other members of the band that you were in that we're about to discuss were always in there drinking and playing and all that good stuff. Good times, would you say?
The best times, mate. Loved it.
So I understand you used to be in a band back in the day called Young Rebel Set, and I understand locally there's been a lot of focus around due to the passing of one of your friends who very well respected and very well known as a musician. I feel it's my time to kind of step out as the London guy. I'm going to hand over to you, Jake, to talk to Luke, and I'm going to bring Simon in as well. So Simon, you can jump in as and when. Your mic's coming up now. Just tell us a bit about what's been happening.
Yeah, so as I've just alluded to, the first time I met Luke, he was the drummer in Young Rebel Set, fronted by the fantastic Matthew Chipchase, who sadly passed a few years ago. And I understand that there was an event last night in honour of him. And what would it be, his 40th, is that right?
Yeah, so obviously Matty passed away in 2019, and we haven't we just sort of it went straight into lockdown, didn't we? So we never celebrated anything, and to be honest, the longer it was going, the harder it was to listen to the songs, the harder it was to keep in touch with one another. And we just thought it was his 40th birthday, and I met Casey, Matty's wife. We were supporting the Libertines, and Casey was there and just said, I want to do something for Matty's 40th. I want to raise loads of money for the Headlight Project. Do you think that you and the lads could do something? And then our good friend Jimmy Beck said, well, let's do it at Q Bar. we'll do it all ages, but we sort of had a private link, so we just sent it to our friends and family at first. It sold out straight away, and then you know, it was almost like ripping a plaster off, going back into the rehearsal room again and learn all the songs that you just skip that come on Spotify or other streaming services. Yeah, and it was nice just being in that room with me, Mark, Andy and Chris, who were like the consistent members of the band, and also there was a couple of others like Kumi, Paddy and Danny who were also members of the band but at different times. And it's funny, like when you're all sat there talking, everyone was going through the same thing, but maybe we weren't even talking about it with each other. No one could listen to the songs, no one could look back at the photos, probably because we're skinny and we had more hair then. But yeah, so I think I got a lot out of it. And I realised just how important the band was to us, but to other people as well. Today, you know, I've got the Facebook, and we've got over like 20,000 followers on Facebook, and I just put a little post out, and the reaction you get and the stories that people have, and we were like a big part of like certain people's lives. Like someone today was saying how they met us at Camden Barfly. They had like half an hour in the van with us. She wrote a song and he got on Radio 2, and that started a music career. And
amazing.
You realise how many lives you touch. And yes, last night was emotional, but I think it's the start of something beautiful. If we can do something annually, celebrate the band, celebrate Matty. And yeah, I think it helps people. It was healing last night.
And I think as well, you know, especially in kind of artist circles, I'm not saying that artists are the only people to kind of feel the strains of life and you know, for it to go an unfortunate way. But I'm glad as a society now we're starting to talk more as men. Mm-hmm. And it's great to see Jimmy Beck, you know, someone like Jimmy still in there, because you know, everyone knows about Jimmy, everyone knows what he's done for music in the area, but the fact after all this time you guys are still getting together, and this is what we're trying to bring through on promoting local. Like, music has to be about community, and if you don't service that community by doing things like tributing people that have passed away and just keeping things going, then you know, we all lose out. So yeah, Jake, you actually told me about the tribute. You knew Matty a little yourself, well, quite well actually.
Yeah, I knew him. I mean, I knew him as well as, you know, I knew him well enough to sit and have a pint with him, as I did many times. Yeah, I had a massive amount of respect for him, because I remember you guys were kind of, when I was just starting to get out and experience a live music scene for myself, you guys were the band, to be fair. Looking back, there was you guys and the Chapman Family were the two that everybody talked about. The two great bands. And I remember Matty just as a really great guy who I never got the sense that he thought he was something, you know what I mean? He always just came across as that guy who was in that band, who played the guitar. And I think there's probably loads of drunken phone videos of me playing guitar for him in Storytellers. So yeah.
Well, can I try and bring this back to the best way I think we can pay tribute? I asked you earlier, Luke, before the show, which Young Rebel set track you'd like to play. I wonder, would you like to introduce it for us?
Yeah, so last night the event was called Precious Days, and you know, I think it sums up everything about Matty. I think the song's beautiful, it's uplifting, and it's a bit of a, you know, people would choose like If I Was or Lion's Mouth, they're like our really popular ones, but this one, I just think it should have been a single, should have been on the radio, and now I've got the ability to play it on the radio, so thank you, Red, for letting us do this. So this one's called Precious Days.
If you leave, take me with you. And if you go, I'll go with you. I will follow you through lands, cross those seas and golden sands, down into the valley floor and back up to the top once more. Tell me where, and I will drop all that I do and come straight back home. cross those seas and golden sands, down into the valley floor, and back up to the top once more. 'Cause I've been waiting all my precious days, and I've been healed of all my wicked ways. Yeah, I've been saved of all my wicked ways.
Wow, I must say I'd never heard that track before, and absolutely beautiful. I'm glad we played the right one, and I hope, Matty, if you're up there looking down on our little show here with your good friends, I hope you enjoyed that. I just wondered, Luke, could we be very cheeky? Yeah. I'm going to keep saying it. This song, like one day, this song is going to be absolutely huge. I think this song is brilliant. The construction, the words, the phrasing. I mean, I'm really building it up now, but I do like the song that much. I'm going to let you introduce it yourself, and I'm just going to be quiet. And this is Luke Evans, We Tibetans, new single, exclusive on Promoting Local.
Yes, this one's called Girls, Friends and Gods. I hope you like it. I don't think I've ever played it like this before, so I hope it goes well.
It will. Love's in the room, don't worry.
Skipping stones into a lake, staring into empty space, watching as the world unfolds. I'll tell you, girl, that if this is love, please take it off me. Trying to count my every breath, tackling all those awkward steps, frowning as the traffic flows. I'm thinking, friend, that if this is love, please take it off me. Oh, if this is love, please take it off me. Oh, if I could wash my mind clean out. I could work it out. Those Haribos won't fill a hole, sticky hands and dirty soul. Smoke another cigarette. I'll tell you, girl, that if this is love, please take it off me. Kick a bottle down the road, heart is numb and toes are cold. Fix me up and thaw me out. I'm thinking, friend, that if this is love, please take it off me. Oh, if this is love, please try and help me. Oh, if this is love, if this is love. Oh, if I could only lose myself. Oh, if I could only lose myself. Oh, if I could wash my mouth clean out. Oh, then I could talk, I could shout, I could scream for help. I looked at you and now I realize I can't do this on my own. You looked at me and now we realize we can't do this on our own. We can't do this on our own. We can't do this on our own.
I'm not just saying this. I mean, I've heard a lot of vocalists in my time. That's up there with, honestly, with the best I've heard.
Thank you very much.
Jake, can you do your job and come in and say something, please?
Well done, Luke. No, fantastic, brilliant song, very well written. Did you write that one with Danny? Was that right?
Yeah, it was Danny. It's pretty much Danny's song. Well, it is pretty much Danny's song. It's a lot of the content is around his journey he's been on. A few things might have changed just because I think we both. I see it differently to where he wrote it. Maybe my delivery's a little bit different to how he would have done
I think
it.
It's fair to interpret a song differently, isn't it? Especially when you're a band and you're working together. And
definitely, yeah, it's a beautiful song. I remember hearing it because obviously we've got a lot of stuff We Tibetans recorded, and when I heard that one at the beginning of the year, and I was like, we need to get that out. We need to record it and get it out straight away. I don't care, like if we've got nothing else, if we don't do anything else for ages, which we haven't because of a few personal things, but all good personal things like getting married and stuff.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, so I thought we need to get that out. We got out for Stockton Calling, didn't we? And Simon used it as the Stockton Calling promo video. And I've noticed the first couple of singles we did, we had like a certain audience who, you know, it was a bit of a crossover tune. Like Dave, massive support for us on the Red. I just sent him it like
Davey lad.
I sent him it. You know, just from my personal account saying, "No, could you play this?" And he was like, "Yeah, no problem." Never said no, and you really supportive.
We love it. We absolutely love it.
It means a lot to us, and we got a lot of radio play from it, and then it just took us a little bit higher than what we were beforehand, and got a really good music video done.
And actually, whilst we're on the topic, I just want to say, I mean, Davey Ladd, as he's known at the station, he's the big boss man, and Dave and I talk about a few different things, but he's just got off a plane from China yesterday. He's in the studio with us, heavily jet lagged, and I just want to say thank you for, first of all, giving us the Promoting Local show, and I think we can all agree that the Red supports local music in the way it should be. So I'm just going to give you a little quick round of applause today.
And it's great to meet you as well, mate. Obviously, I'm a big Middlesbrough fan myself, and I've seen footage of Dave like since I've been a kid, you know. And
Make me feel old now.
no, but it's all good stuff. I mean, they were like our glory days, weren't they? And you were always like, you were around all that time. So you know, Borough Fan TV, and then seeing you do. Seeing you bring Janino back to Teesside, I could see you, and it was brilliant. So thank you for what you do for the area, because
I was
you're
gutted.
a legend.
I was meant to be there, but I was flying to Tobago on the very day that Janino came, and there was no way the missus was having me putting off a Caribbean holiday to go and meet Janino. Well, listen, we're going to go into a little bit of Primal Scream. And then after the break, we're going to talk to Si Shaw, bassist for the Zella, exciting band. Si, how are you? Very quickly, we want to hear that dulcet
I'm very
voice
good,
again.
yeah. Primal Screen, wow, okay.
Yeah. Let's see, and it's from, it's a song called Free. If you know the original Memphis recordings, you'll know it. It's not one of their bigger hits, but for me, it's one of their best songs.
Sorry.
she make you feel alive? Can't stand the thought of you naked in someone else's arms. I can't tell, I can't tell, you're cheating me, you're cheating me, cheating me. Ooh, baby, I'm free of you. Ooh, baby, I'm free of you. Free of you. Ta-ta-ta. You're cheating me, cheating me. Ooh, baby, I'm free of you. Ooh, baby, I'm free of you.
That was the mighty Primal Scream there with Free. So now coming in, our next guest. He is the bassist from an outfit called Zella. Simon Shaw, how you doing, sir?
I'm great, thanks so much.
No problem. Great to have you on. If I may, I'm just going to hit you with a broad general question. Can I hear a bit about Zella, please? What you are, what you do?
Okay, yeah. So Zella is a sibling band. There's 4 of us in like the live outfit, but it's Liv and Max Griff, and we're a band that have been around now for about 3 or 4 years, maybe a local scene wise. Their first gig was at Georgian Theatre, straight maybe after the COVID years, if that's how we're going to remember them by title. Sounds a little bit nicer, doesn't it? It'll be a festival one day, that. And yeah, it's kind of gone from strength to strength. We played Canada for Northeast, I believe. Whatever's not the main one, it's on the opposite end of the country. We did it in Toronto. That was an amazing experience. We did what was the festival we did in Switzerland? Montreux Jazz Festival.
You've been very festival heavy. I see you did. Was it Lindisfarne Fest?
Lindisfarne very recently, yeah.
And you actually did a festival in March at a place called the Old Blue Last. Now, I think I asked you before the show if you remembered much about it. Now, do you
I remember the location. I said Shoreditch, and you were like, "Yep." And I was like, "Just need more." Like London's London for me, so it's like it's nice to go there. You get out of van, you're in a location.
Well, as a Londoner, I feel disgusted and very offended, but
so you should be.
Well, I only ask because I used to be a resident in a bar about 150 yards down the road it used to be called the Pool Bar. Now I think it's the Hoxton Pony. It might even be something else now. But the reason I bring up the Old Blue Last, when I went through my research on the band, the reason you don't remember is because it's the Old Blue Last and things can get very messy in there, let's say.
Is it the one with the kind of like a treasure kind of vibe, like
it's
piratey?
The one on the corner. It's the one on the corner. It's like an old Victorian pub on the corner of Commercial Street and Great Eastern Street in Shoreditch. It's like a proper old pub. But anyway, I was very interested to see that, but I'm just digressing. I'm going into glories that are long, long gone. Another thing I saw in the research pack was this song. I just love the title. Gaslighting isn't real, you're just mental. I thought, my
it's
God,
great,
in this day and age.
It's also quoted as well with tweets. Yeah.
That is a very, very strong, and some could say risky title, but as it is, the context is actually the opposite of what you might think. Could you talk us a bit through that, just to let the listeners know what it's about?
Yeah. So Liv wrote the song based on a kind of split she had with an ex-partner. and it was quite toxic, this person to them. And it was essentially when she called the person out, because other people didn't see it, was kind of like ingested within like different friends groups, called the person out saying like, you just like gaslighting me, and this is like really toxic and stuff. And that was the response they got back in a message, in a text message, hence the quote itself being a quote. And yeah, that's there's a quote in it about kind of getting dissed in messages like you do when you have breakups and stuff, and you have those nasty messages. And Liv fires back with just like, I'll put it on the press release.
Well, it
like,
worked for Adele, not to put Liv in the same category as Adele, because I know they're very different artists. Both.
Yeah, I would, by the way, just in case she's listening.
Yeah, big up to Liv and what's her brother called? Griff.
Max.
It's
Griff is the surname.
Griff,
yeah, so
sorry,
Griff,
Max
Griff
and Liv.
siblings.
Big up to you and everything that Zilla are doing. It's great to have you on the show side. I understand you do some other work. You're quite deep rooted in the community through your work with the Ark, and big up to the Ark and Parissa, who we had on last week.
Yeah, shout out to all those guys over there. They do a great job.
Could you got time to talk a bit
Yeah,
about
of course. Yeah, so I guess I've been a live music promoter for maybe 12 odd years, maybe plus the 3 years I've done at Ark, so 15 years. I started in a place called Mink Bar in Middlesbrough. I then worked part-time at a company called 10 Feet Tall with a certain Graham Ramsey, but why would we say his name right now? I don't know. And then worked on a few projects there. I moved over to Q in Stockton with Jimmy Beck, who we've been talking about. Worked there for 6 years. Had a lull where I did a community project called the Tees and whatnot, and worked there, and we kind of did a lot of positive videos in the Tees area. That's when I picked up a camera to take some photos and make some videos and whatnot. And then I kind of spurred out of kind of being freelance and into full-time work after a certain festival thing we talked about there. Is it like a certain period of everyone's lives in the creative industry? And I've been there since. I'm still freelance as well. I work a lot of live events in general now, though I've kind of moved into music, comedy, and I do bits of theatre, do press packs and all sorts. It's just...
So I guess I should ask, what don't you do, really?
I just, you know what, it's interesting because as you learn like creative roles and stuff, you get an appreciation of them.
Absolutely.
And I think with my brain, like... I don't go home and watch TV. Like, you know, I go home and I just sit and I just create things. And I don't think that's never like something where I feel like tired from doing. So for me, it's just like, I'll just keep creating. If it's music, if it's art, it just keeps going, doesn't it? And I think as long as you think of it that way, it's not like a drain.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to go back to the Mink Bar, because we've got quite a nice little... Because Jake, I think we were having a conversation the other day. You did a lot of work there, right? Back in the day?
I wouldn't say a lot and lots, but it was... that's how I know Simon, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I used to play all the time.
Yeah, I played
Couldn't get rid of
him. As much as we tried.
Now he's here now.
I think, that used to be a great venue. Is it still empty now? I don't know. It used to be a great place
I think it has reopened as other things.
Yeah, I remember it was called the Style Council for a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know, like... right now it's hard to remember
absolutely.
anything nowadays. But yeah, like we did Monday nights rock night, Wednesday nights we did like Live for Pride, raising money for LGBTQIA plus communities. Thursdays we did Scouting for Mink, which was kind of our acoustic night that was dead busy. That was the one you played. And Fridays and Saturdays we kind of did bands, and we went from like circus folk to like electro swing. We just basically it was very exciting time. I didn't sleep much, and it was very like putting that many gigs on a week was a lot.
It was like walking into a circus at times, wasn't it?
Yeah, waltzes.
In the best possible way.
What we're going to do is we're going to have a listen to... Sorry, that was... Thanks for the insight there. I'm trying to watch the clock and watch all the conversation. I could sit here talking to you guys all night. So we're going to listen to Gaslighting Isn't Real, You're Just Mental by Zella. And then after that, I think our very own Jake Diaz may have a bit of magic for us with one of his own tracks. And then after that, we have our special, non-musical, but no less super heroic local supporter of music. And it's a gentleman called Graham Ramsey. I'm looking forward to speaking to Graham. But right now, this is Gaslighting Isn't Real. You're Just Mental.
Oh, you're a Libra, I just thought you were annoying. Is it not a dumber girl who's employing? You're just another boy and now we're down to 8-1. So the delusion that you're special is a strange one. Thunder only happens when it's greatness. You won't be a problem when I'm famous. So I'm not gonna dwell on it, I just needed an outlet. I feel better and this song ain't even out yet. Gaslighted, is it real, you're just mental? Okay, I'm done fighting, cause you played to the disco. So fast to wait and wreck your life. When I get this on the radio, you said gaslighted, is it real, you're just mental? Okay, well now I'm kissing real messy with a new thing, please. And you're acting like a discount Bruce Springsteen. And you're telling everyone I'm a catastrophe. But baby, that's already on a press release. You're not the only one playing offenders. And shock horror, you're back on another bender. You're just jealous, got an illness, or it's a textbook. So if I wanna date your friends, then it's fair fucks. Gaslighted, is it real, you're just mental? Okay, I'm done fighting, cause you played to the disco. So fast to wait and wreck your life. When I get this on the radio, he said gaslighted, is it real, you're just mental? Okay. You kissed me and it felt like a bubble. Said I love you and it sounded like a cackle. And each time he blocked me, his friends got fitter. Ice got thinner. Gaslighting isn't real, you're just mental. Okay. I'm done fighting, cause you played to the disco. So fast to wreck your life. When I get this on the radio, when everybody's gonna know you say gaslighting, is it real, you're just mental? Okay. Gaslighting, is it real, you're just mental? Okay.
That was Gaslighting Isn't Real, You're Just Mental by Zella. So we're going to have a quick break now. But after that, we are going to have our very own Jake Diaz coming with his own track. Jake, very quickly, what is that going to be called? Because I love this record.
Slightly stolen from a band that Luke knows. It's called The Good Old Days.
Cool. Well, after the break, we have Good Old Days, and then we'll be talking to Graham Ramsey. And right now, it's time for the much-awaited break.
From Gisborough Hall to Rockcliffe, Woodham to Wilton, from Doggy Market to the Dolphin Centre, loud, proud and Teesside. It's Nicky T and Jake, promoting local.
We're back Teesside. So now, I'm always giving him massive praise, but I do believe he's a brilliant guitarist. We've had one of the best vocalists I've heard in my life. We've had a bass player I'm sure is brilliant as well, but interesting. But Jake, you know I love this song. Whenever we're out, I always get you to play this song. Sir, would you introduce it and then play it? And after that, we're going to talk to Graham about his work in the area. But Jake, I'll leave it to you, my friend.
Yeah, so this is a song that I play with my band Into the Blue. Obviously, on the first show that we did, we had the other two members, Lucy and Georgia, on. Shout out to you guys if you're listening tonight. Should I just go now, Nicky?
Yes.
Yeah? Don't seem so good anymore. A bit of perspective, that notion just goes out the door. Still we cling hopelessly to the things that we want to be true, that are just a fantasy. So it seems. So I'll go to the valleys and the rivers below. So I'll slide impresses me. But then again, so would most of history. So it seems. Still we cling hopelessly to the things that we need to believe that are just a fantasy. So it seems. So I'll go to the valleys, the rivers below. I'll slide to the places we used to reside. So I'll go to the valleys and the rivers below. I'll slide to the places we used to reside. The good old days just aren't so good anymore. A better perspective on things and it all just goes out the door. Still we cling fruitlessly to the things that you need to be true that are just a modern fallacy. So it seems. So I'll go to the valleys and the rivers below. I'll slide to the places I used to reside. Thank you.
Brilliant. I told you, we've heard 2 hit records on one night. We're doing good. So, next, this seems like the right time to bring in our next guest. Mr. Graham Ramsey is in the house, everybody. How are you doing, sir?
Good evening. Good to be here.
I don't know, I nearly started an applause there. It's a sort of one clap. But it's great to have you on, Graham. What do you think about what you've heard tonight on Promoting Local?
I've just really enjoyed it. I would have been quite happy just to sit at the back of the room and listen to everyone else's stories and everyone else's music, to be honest. So yeah, I'm very happy to take a back seat.
So could we, because you're going to have to come to the forefront now, I'm afraid, because you've been sitting there. No free rides in here. If you're going to get the music, you'll
get your money's worth.
That's it. Could you tell us a bit about who you are, what you've done? I mean, anyone in the local music scene will know Graham, but just for our listeners who may not be aware, could you give us a bit of background on yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm originally from Edinburgh, but I've been down here a long time, about 30 odd years. And just promoted a range of local venues, mainly music stuff, but I've always kind of like tried to keep it broad, done bits of spoken word and art stuff and film stuff, so just kind of keeps life interesting, really. So worked at venues, Corner House, Empire, the Arena. I did a big festival called Middlesbrough Music Live with Middlesbrough Council for a lot of years, but at the moment it's quite an interesting time for me. We had a venue called Base Camp, which was kind of a victim of the famous pandemic. So yeah, we shut that, a couple of years ago almost. So we're just trying to take the spirit of Base Camp at the moment, work out what it looks like to kind of take that out into the world and kind of develop projects. And I'm really enjoying it. It's quite nice not to have the pressure of bricks and mortar and to be, very, very sort of light on our feet.
I just want to ask, because obviously promoting local. That's what we're trying. We're trying to do the little bit we can to promote local music, and you've obviously been doing that a long time. What do you think the state of play is? How healthy is this local scene now? Does it need a shot in the arm, in your opinion, or is it thriving? Where do you feel we are as a music community in this area?
I think Jake was right in that there seems to be a lot of kind of young kids kind of getting in bands now, which maybe you haven't seen for a while. I know when we were at base camp, we did a lot of all ages shows, and it just felt like there's a lot of bands still doing all right on the back of that. But I think there's an element, I suppose, where we're at is maybe try to just do some sort of more event shows. Really, I think there is a place for that, and just to sometimes a kind of midweek Wednesday gig or whatever can be. It's not always the most exciting thing, so I think sometimes to kind of like give it a little twist and maybe add different elements into it is that's certainly where we're at. I think that's something that's maybe missing a little bit, but some great festivals, some great venues, place like Northeast Volume I think is terrific in terms of just the sheer dogged determination to kind of promote live music in this area.
Big shout out to those guys. We're actually playing there, supporting Jenny LaSalle's on. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Sorry, Jenny. But yeah, Into the Blue, Josh Atkinson and Jenny were playing on Thursday. So if anybody's in the mood for some live music, please get yourselves down.
Could plug that.
Yeah, I would get down there. That one. And also, just to plug our own thing, Jake, that you can also catch Jake and Into the Blue and Josh Atkinson down at the Dundas Centre. On October the 5th, which we're very excited about. It'll be promoting locals' first gig. And one of the things we're trying to do, Graham, is we're trying to bring music to different places in the community, because we feel that there's also a parallel with local businesses struggling. So the idea for us is very simple. Let's use music to get the audiences around the businesses. You get free music for the public. You get like young bands to cut their teeth and not get forgotten, because there can sometimes be a feeling of gatekeeping. I want to be very careful with my wording here, but what do you think of that? I guess I'm looking for a bit of praise for our project.
I think it's great. I suppose it kind of chimes a little bit what I'm saying, to kind of give it a twist and present things in a new way, and maybe present new artists in a new way, I think is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, fair play to you.
We made a joke actually the first time that I played for you was at the Saltburn Food Festival, which obviously you were heavily involved in. We made a joke about how we're kind of becoming veterans of the local scene. As a veteran of the local scene, how would you say things have changed in the last kind of 10, 15 years? Do you think they've gone, because obviously there was that big break, but how you find things?
Yeah, I think Simon does a terrific job updating his Discover Teesside's playlist on Spotify every week, and I listen to it really regularly, and it's really useful for me sometimes when I'm looking at book stuff. I'm really surprised at the quality of it. There's a lot of material in there, and the standards, kind of almost top to bottom, is terrific. So I think there's a lot to be positive about.
It's nice to see local businesses actually use it as well. Sometimes they'll actually message me. I know off the ground I've had it on a few times. There was a Tees Valley Combined Authority night, and that was the background. They had a launch for Sonic Futures. I think they were talking about £2 million spend in the music industry sector, and the soundtrack to that whole event was the Discover playlist in the background, because I could see my little red logo on the Spotify at the back.
I didn't spot I was there, but I wasn't listening hard enough. But interestingly enough, we've got I'm booking a stage. I was invited by Festival Thrift to do a base camp stage at Thrift this weekend in Billingham, and one of the young bands I booked, who I was completely unaware of, was completely utterly off the back of your playlist. Thank you.
Can we shout them out?
Risco.
Yeah. Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, I haven't seen them, but I phoned you up and said, "Are these any good?" Because I
was going to say somebody else.
And Simon, what's the name of that Spotify link? Just
I'll send it over for you, just to put wherever it can be in that sense, and I hope it helps this as well.
Yeah, and remember, you can find the Promoting Local show on Spotify as well. And we're here to promote, whoever
Let's
we
link
can.
Up. We'll put each other in bios and that. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's the future, isn't it?
If you have any comments, it's 0330 043 2002. Graham, thanks so much for coming on. We're coming to the end of the hour now. Before we do go, I'm going to leave you a little bit of Stevie Wonder. And then we will go into the news. But I just want to thank all my guests tonight. Luke Evans, We Tibetans, absolutely spectacular. Simon Shaw from Zella.
Just clapping each other.
Graham Ramsey. The big man inside, Dave Roberts. And formerly the Norton Slasher.
That's going to be my new Instagram bio, by the way.
It's my co-presenter, Jake.
Yeah, sorry, just before we go, I think I'd be remiss if I didn't also say that I'm putting together, in conjunction with Rhythms Bar on Friday, a gig night. We've got Jake Holt supporting us into the Blues, so once again, Friday night, if you're up for some new local music, please do get yourselves down.
And you'll probably see me there shaking a foot as well. But right now...
Great promoters, by the way. It's nice, yeah.
That's what it's called, promoting local.
We've not promoted anything.
Well, listen, here we now have a bit of Stevie Wonder for you. Thank you very much to all my guests, and... we shall see you next week.
I don't know why I love you. I don't know why I love you. I don't know why I love you, but I love you. Always treats me like a fool. Kick me when I'm down, that's your rule. I don't know why I love you, but I love you. Ooh. Oh, you never stop your cheating ways with another guy. You laugh in my face. Lord, how long must I be this crazy? 'Cause I love you. Oh, baby, baby, baby.